I thought everything was.
I was gonna get one job. Include a little thing in there. I didn't want to scare anybody. But
Feeling okay?
you can't make a consent.
I was gonna say.
And then
That's not what you need to tell us when you walk in.
he will either not pass.
I like the diabetes might be a little bit high.
Have you been checking it like you're supposed to?
Give me that
Check
nickel
it.
right.
Fine.
Huh?
Give me that nickel.
Yeah, I mean, it spells it
I know
out,
it's
it tells everybody to know,
These are-
here's what to expect.
Well, my wife fed me peach cobbler before I left the house.
Keep doing.
None of that.
Call to order the regular council meeting for the town of Evansville. May I have a roll call, please?
Chad Edwards.
Here.
Councilmember Joe Canal.
Here.
Councilmember Candace Machado. Here. Councilmember Michael Scott.
Here.
Councilmember Kathy Stipes.
Here.
Town Attorney Elias Scott. Here. Fire Chief Bill Molson.
Here.
Public Works Director Paul Hansen. Town Clerk Janelle Underwood, by city citizens.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the agenda? Have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. The consent agenda, approval of the regular meeting minutes for April 12th, 2021, and work session for April 19th, 2021. Have a motion to approve the consent agenda. Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, item 2, approval of the parade permit for Tech Point Car Show on May 8th, 2021. Do I have a motion to bring this off the table? Have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so parade permit. Does anybody have additional? I know we received a plan from Corey, right?
Yeah.
From Corey about the parade. I know, does anybody have any
called.
additional comments? Sorry.
I called him and then I emailed all of you guys with the answers that he received, so I don't have any more questions at this time.
Anyone else? All right, we appreciate the time and effort that you put forth towards this and detailed plan. Please follow through with everything you outlined and what your intentions are, and we look forward to a good event. Do I have a motion to approve the parade permit?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes.
Corey, did you have something you wanted to say?
When is it? May 8th. Yep, so just right up here off of the Old Glen Arc Highway in front of Tech Point. So we do have some additional information that Corey presented at the last meeting. So anybody that wants the information and a copy of the plan that he's put on how he will handle the cleanup and parking and all of that. So appreciate your effort there. All right. So at the last meeting, I think it was Councilwoman Stipes that asked we would extend any comments we had for the trailers up to this one. We didn't put it on the agenda, but we're going to go into public comments. So if anybody has any additional comments they would like to add, this would be the place to put them. Anybody? Does anybody want to take that ball, or I will try to summarize what we had discussed in our work session?
We had a work session and what we basically agreed upon, if I remember correctly, is doing it for 8 days so that everyone will have at least 2 days on the weekends to unload and or load.
So this was a tricky situation. I mean, we all saw both sides of it, and really everybody was really either don't have anything on the street at all or have them on there and have no restrictions. And there's some in between, but people are so passionate on either side of it. What we were looking for, and we went round and round to try to find that compromise, somewhere where we can meet in the middle with it all.
So how is Brandy gonna regulate that?
Well, it's actually no different than we are today. So basically today, the ordinance reads, and some other information that we brought up at the work session that Janelle had done some research, and we actually went back to the books, and as of the 1982 code book, this ordinance was in place. So it has been out there for a while. I think, as we had discussed, part of the issue wasn't heavily enforced. It was mostly complaint driven in the past. So when Brandy came out there, she took a little more proactive approach. I can't speak to Brandy up front. I would assume that at least last year when she started talking to people, that had a lot to do with her patrolling of the neighborhood. So she would notice them out there and their durations. So that, I assume, is how she was handling that. But what we looked at was giving a little bit extra time, because as we had discussed a lot, 4 weekends in the month. And I know myself personally, I've got a day on the front side preparing and a day on the back side preparing. So I think that was the compromise of looking to give us an additional day from what was currently on the ordinance, as well as adding the language of all enclosed trailers to the ordinance so that it pertained to anything that was an enclosed trailer.
So people's work trailers that they use on a daily basis for work is now being lumped into it.
If it's a enclosed trailer, yes, we discussed this and did not look at changing the deal with any flatbeds or anything like that that provided the site around them. So, but anything like a horse trailer, providing the same site limitations as a camper trailer.
Right, so you're taking one from recreation to somebody's livelihood that has their tools in.
But it's
not been in the same ordinance. This is in order for recreational things, what should be recreational use, not somebody's livelihoods that they have all their tools in and all their stuff in, that they have to have at their house.
that was not how council was looking at it. Was the site limitations that those trailers were providing, which was the main discussion of the safety on the street. So council's thought is that enclosed trailer out there is no different than the recreational trailer out there. So that's how we had come to those conclusions.
So I think you guys need to table this for another week and make sure that's publicized, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of workers that are going to have something. This is a recreational that has been brought forward, and now you're putting somebody else's livelihood in it.
But a trailer is
But it's not ever been classified as that. This ordinance has only ever been for recreational use, campers, RVs, and that kind of thing. It's never been enclosed trailers. It was very specific
It
vocabulary.
It did not exclude them, but it did not spell them out specifically. That is correct. So the ordinance had read camper trailers, RVs, boat trailers. There was one word in there that just was trailers, but it seemed to be abandoned, all just kind of by itself. So that is correct. I never had seen that they were lumped together in the past.
But the reason that we decided that was because we talked about this for a long time. And if it's an enclosed trailer, it's still obstructing just as much as a camper would. And that's why we decided that we needed to add that in at this time.
So is there any way of you guys putting a permit for people's trailers? What if you, this is where I'm just going of like, this is people's livelihood that they take their their tools to work every single day.
But can't they, I guess, in my opinion, why can't they just park it in their driveway?
Well, if it's, let's say, a 25-foot trailer and they only have a 20-foot driveway or something like that, is one of those that, some of those don't fit, some of ours.
But they're not on the street for long periods of time. They're only there overnight, and then they
Right,
take
but
them
that's
home.
classified as a day. I mean, if they're home every night, is that classified as a day? That's my concern, is like, we're going for recreational with somebody's livelihood.
If it's their livelihood and they're bringing that trailer home every day, are they running this business out of their house without permit,
It's somebody that builds houses.
so they have a yard somewhere where they can drop their trailer off every day. Correct? I mean, I would think so.
If they go home every day and they have their tools in their trailer.
I mean, I worked construction for many, many years, and I dropped my trailer at the shop before I went home. I took the company pickup home, but
Well, you're lucky enough to have a shop. We have people that don't.
The way we looked at this was honestly, it was the obstruction, the safety piece of having the trailer on there, which is what was brought up over and over again against the parking of trailers on there. So regardless of the use of the trailer, I don't know how we can differentiate that one use is acceptable over another one if we're talking about the safety factor. And that's where the council had gone into, is that when you're looking at strictly safety and obstructing the view, there's no difference from one to the other. And we did discuss the permits, but again, how can we say that if you pay money, it's okay? So to me, a permit's not really going to play into this. You either allow it for free or you don't. Paying money should not exempt you from being able to do this. So we kind of went away from the whole permitting process due to those factors.
But you're adding more restrictions upon somebody that's never had a restriction before.
We are looking at what we believe is the safest manner for the town, is what we're doing. So that was the inclusion of those trailers, is because they are creating the same obstruction as the camping trailer. So what justification has that they wouldn't be? It lumped into the same thing. So that was the discussion. Like I said, we went round and round. We were here for, I think that discussion alone was about an hour and a half of the work session. Just trying to find some middle ground on where we could place this. So, and this is not an item on the agenda. There's no proposal right now. This is just continuation of the comments and the discussion that we had. So to change the ordinance, we will have to present a resolution to amend the ordinance, and that will go up for 3 readings before it would become law. So, anybody have anything else they want to add to it? All right. Any other public comments? Any more public comments? All right. Meeting adjourned at 7:13. Oh, sorry. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
I have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Now, meeting adjourned at 7:14. So. Just missed a step.
wait a minute.
Only one question.
Uh-huh.
The taxes that you guys got about Tech Point. So is there any way that I can find out the rules that they're supposed to follow?
Well, we had discussed them all, but yes, we do have a plan that incorporates all